Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python programming course. In the previous lecture, we learned about functions. We saw how functions help us write reusable code, reduce our repetition, and make our programs much more organized. Today we are going to learn another important concept in Python, which is modules and packages. Imagine you are building a large application with thousands of lines of code. Keeping everything in a single file would make a program difficult to read and maintain. So Python solves this problem using modules and packages. Let's understand one by one. So what is a module? A module is simply a Python file that contains functions, variables, or classes. Instead of writing all your code in one file, you can divide it into simple multiple files. Each file is called a module. For example, suppose you create any file name, for example calculator.py, inside, and then inside you write some functions, for example addition function, subtract, multiplication, division function, and then you save it. That file will basically be called as a module. Now why do we need a modules? Modules help us to organize our code, reuse our old code, reduce repetition, and improve readability, make debugging easier also. So instead of writing the same function in every project, you can simply import the module. So how can we import the module? By using the import method, we can import. For example, if I import math module here, I can import math. Whenever I do this and my system has a math module, I can use that module and utilize all the functions available in that module. So using the math module, I can perform many mathematical calculations. For example, if I do print math dot square of 5, this will give us 25. Okay, is it give us something error? Math dot sqrt. As you can see here, now square root, it has given us a of 5, which is 2.23, which is correct also. Now if I do it with 4, it should give us 2 now. As you can see here, 2 is there. So our math module is working perfectly. I have not written any code for square root, but using the math module I can perform mathematical calculation easily without doing any coding for our mathematical calculation. And I can also perform factorial by just using math dot factorial of 4 is 24, which is correct here, showing us. So now let's also discuss the get the value of pi, which is 3.14. If I write math.pi here, as you can see here, 3.141. Now you can also round up some numbers using dot ceil. If I write here dot ceil and I want to round it off, as you can see, it rounds it off to the 6. Also remember that this function rounds up to the upward one, so 5.2 becomes 6. Now similarly also you can use floor method, which rounds downwards. If there's ceil here and it gives us 5.226. If we use floor method, it should give us 5. As you can see, 5 here. Now a random module, Python also has random modules which generates random values by itself. For example, if I import it here, I'll comment it down, import random and generated by using print random dot radiant and between 1 to 10 random random. So now if again run it, it gave us 5. Let's again run it. Now it gave 2. Now again 8. So 1, 8. So numbers are generated randomly. Now let's randomly select a fruit from a list. For example, I make a fruit list. Apple, papaya, mango, and random dot fruit. Now run it. Okay, I have to make a choices. So I see a choice in fruit. As you can see here, mango. Now as you can see, now it's generating randomly. Apple, papaya, apple again, apple, mango. If I add 2 3 more, now again run it. Banana, mango, papaya. So just generating randomly by itself. Now datetime module. The datetime module helps us to work with date and time. For example, if I import date here, import date time, and then we generate date time, any variable here. Now I print it. As you can see here, current date and time gets printed here. This datetime will also come from your computer itself, so timing depends on your system. Now if you want to just get your current year, you can only get it by using dot year here. If you use dot year here, you will get only year 2026. And if you want to get your current month, you can use dot month, which is 8th now. And if you want your date, it's giving a runtime error. Okay, let's get a day 6 today 6. So it's working perfectly. Now importing specific functions. Instead of importing in the entire module, we can also import the required functions. For example, if I only want to import the square root function from the math module, I can only import that by using import function only. but also use import square root, and if I do like this, comment it down, print square root of 81, I can directly write it square root of 81, which is 9. Okay, so from maths, import square root, and it should be running. Yes, it's running perfectly now. If I again 9, it should give us 3 now. So you can only import specific function from a particular module. So you don't need to write math dot square root here, as you have only imported the square root. So Python is very smart enough to understand what you want to print here. So now you can also use import multiple functions. For example, I want to import square root and also factorial. I can import that by using a commas here. I can change it from square root to factorial. Now as you can see, factorial of 9 is 36, 28, and 80. Now using alias, sometimes module names are too long, so Python also allows us to use aliases using the keyword. If I import math as m, I don't need to write math again and again, I can only write m here. So if I use m dot factorial of 9, import, I have to use here import math as n. If I again run it, now is working perfectly. 24 here, so I can use alias here. As per your need, you can choose any aliases, so this also saves some time for typing. Now for creating our own module, just make a Python file and name it as per you want. Now we will make some functions here. After making a Python file, name it as anything. Now we will define some mathematical operations to calculate, and a comma b, which will return us a plus b, we will use subtract here. Multiple and division. Now after saving this program, I can make another file, and in the same directory make the same another file name, and using that file name, for example, this file name of this I choose as calculate.py, and I save with this name, and I make another file which is named as main.py, and now I want to use these functions. I can use these functions in the another file which I have named as name.py, and I can import this file using import module function, which will be import calculate. Now I can use any of the functions which are present in the calculate.py file, which I can use it by print calculate dot add 4,5, which should give us 9 here. As this is in the same directory, it will not give us, but you can think that this will already work. If you use calculate.sub, it will give 4 minus 5 minus 1, so it will work perfectly. Now we will proceed to the package. Now what is a package? A package is simply a collection of modules. Think of it as a way that a module is one book and a package is a bookshelf containing many books. For example, suppose you have a student package which contains attendance.py file, marks and fees, and result.py files together. These modules form a package. And why we use package? Because it helps us to organize large projects. Now we will see the built-in modules, which Python already provides many useful modules built into it. Some of them are maths, random, datetime that we already discussed, but other are OS, SOIS, statics, and time. You don't have to create them because Python has already included them into the Python when you download it already. Now let's make a program which will be a dice simulator. It will choose from between numbers randomly between 1 to 6. To make it, we'll use random module by importing random, make a variable random dot randint between 1 and 6, print dice. I'm gonna print it, which is 2, 1, 6. So you can also use this to play some games, Ludo games especially. Now we can also make a OTP generator also using the same method. Just change its value from 0000 to 9999. If I run it, as you can see here, now it's generating OTP as same as you get in your mobile when you register somewhere. As you can see, all numbers are randomly generated. Now we will calculate the area of circle using the math module. Suppose if you have, I'll firstly import math as M for short form, and now I'll take the radius I'll take as input function, input enter radius. Now I'll make again area of m dot pi into radius I just basically multiplied the value of pi into radius of radius square, and then I'll print it. Area of circle is area. Now run it. Area is 2. Okay, it has given some errors. Let me make it a float. Try out. Circle now 2. As you can see, now it's working perfectly. Dot 2f. Okay, forget about it. Now it's running. Circle 2. Area circle is this. Now we'll make a random password generator. How can you do that? Using the random module only. You have to just import the random module, make alphabets, A, B, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And now using the any password, I will save your pass. Make a empty list here, or I can only use this just string here. I'll use for loop here for I n. Range. I'll make a six-figured password. Password will be random.choice. Random.choice of letters, which is stored in AB. And then gonna print them. Print password. Also we have to add here, as you can see here, 6-digit random password is getting generated here. So our password generator is also working perfectly, suggesting us the different passwords. Now before wrapping our today's session, we will see some common beginners mistake people make. Now mistake number 1 will be forgetting to import the module. If you directly use the square root function or the factorial function from the math module without importing the math module, the Python will throw the name error. For example, if I don't import the random module here, as you can see, name random is not defined. Did you forget to import the random module? So I have to import the modules to use them. Now mistake number 2 will be using the function name wrong, as if I want to use the square root function, I have to use the dot sqrt, or I want to use the square function, I have to use the dot square. If I make a mistake in a spelling mistake, the Python will throw the no such function error error. Now mistake number 3 will be creating a module with the same name as built-in module. If you use file name such as math.py and then import the math module also, that will cause a import conflict. So it is suggested that you should name your modules uniquely. Now I want to give you a homework, which will be a random quiz question. There will be 6-7 questions. By using the random module, you have to print only one question at a time. So Python should print only one question, and that's it. Let's summarize this today's lecture. So what we have learned today: what is a module, why modules are useful, importing modules, using the math module, random and datetime module, importing the specific functions, using multiple function, aliases using as to make the short form, creating our own modules. We have seen what is the package, built-in modules. We have did some practical examples and some common beginners mistake. Now random modules and packages help us organize our code and make it reusable. They are essential for building large Python applications and allow us to take advantage of Python's extensive standard library. In our next lecture, we'll learn about file handling in Python. We'll see how to create files, write data, read data, append new information, and work with text files. Thank you for watching. Practice using the random, math, and datetime modules, and try creating our own module with using the simple functions. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you for watching. Peace out.